Oh my gosh, my mic was muted. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Guys, the show is canceled. The show is canceled. The show is canceled. Oh no. Okay, guys. All right. The show is canceled. I'm canceling it. We're just gonna have to I'm gonna cancel it. We'll restart. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But I'll start from the beginning. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's evening edition of The Goldie Show, where we talk about everything geopolitics when it comes to the United States and Israel versus the terrorist and illegitimate Islamic regime occupying Iran. As always, let me know in the live stream chat where you are tuning in from. And if you're watching the video replay afterwards, let me know in the comments in the video description. I'm also trying a new thing. So I'm also broadcasting on Instagram right now. If you are watching on Instagram, I'm not able to see Instagram comments or respond to them. So if you're interested in joining the live stream conversation, you are more than welcome to join us on YouTube. The link to my YouTube channel is in my Instagram profile, so you can tune in from there. All right, guys. So yes, let me know where everyone is tuning in from. Now, I was going to talk about the boom booms, and we are going to get to that 100%. But before we get to the boom booms, guys, get your hashtags ready, because I shared something with all of you yesterday. And many of you, or not many, but some of you were like, Goldie, should you be sharing this? Really? Like, should we be talking about this? Should we be exposing this? And my response last night was yes, absolutely. Because we, especially as Iranians, we have a duty and a responsibility to expose the Islamic regime, to expose their insanity, and to expose to the rest of the world how absolutely and utterly insane and evil they are. So, yesterday, I shared with all of you on my live stream, the evening edition of the Goldie Show, a video of the Islamic regime that they had made. And this video basically was encouraging their Muslim sleeper cells in the United States to murder the First Lady of the United States. Do you guys recall that video? The one that I shared last night? My team translated for you. It had subtitles. Yeah, that video. So that video was being broadcast and shared on Islamic regime news outlets, right? And when I say news outlets, keep in mind, there's no real news in occupied Iran, right? Because Iran is occupied by a totalitarian Islamic dictatorship. So there's no freedom of press, right? So any sort of news or media outlet, it's basically just a mouthpiece of the Islamic regime. It's just propaganda, right? Like we Iranians, we don't actually rely on Islamic regime news, which, I call the Durka News Network, right? DNN. We don't rely on DNN for news. But, once in a while, we will tune in to Durka News Network just to see what's going on, just to see what sort of garbage jihadi Islamic propaganda, they're putting out there. So yesterday I shared a video of how the Muslim Nazis occupying Iran are now encouraging their Muslim sleeper cells in the United States to assassinate the First Lady of the United States, which is absolutely horrifying, right? Like just absolutely insane and horrifying. But here's the thing. And some people were like, maybe not such a good idea. And I was like, no. We have to do this. We have to expose them. We need the world to understand how evil they are. And now, look what has happened. So, Tasnim News Agency. Tasnim News Agency is one of the media outlets of the Islamic regime. It is basically the propaganda mouthpiece of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. So, let me go to our Boom Boom Bingo sheet very quickly. Okay. So if I pull up our Boom Boom Bingo sheet, you see that the state media of the Islamic regime, they are literally their own category, right? Because they play a role within the totalitarian, authoritarian system that is oppressing the Iranian people. They're basically like, imagine if like Joseph Goebbels had like a news network and he was in charge of all the media. That's pretty much the IRIB state media. So IRIB state media, they have different channels, and each channel is like, supports like one Durka over the other, right? Especially now because Khamenei, Khabar Margesh, he's dead. God bless America, God bless Israel for exterminating Khamenei on February 28. He's dead, and he's been exterminated and sent back to hell where he belongs. And ever since then, the Islamic regime has been going through what I call the game of Durka, which is like the Islamic jihadi version of the Game of Thrones, right? So anyone who's seen the Game of Thrones, right? Think of like Game of Thrones, but like Islamic jihad version, where like all the Islamic terrorists are like infighting to be like, okay, who's gonna replace, the dead Muslim pedophile dictator? So it's literally Game of Durka right now amongst the Islamic regime. And the IRIB, the state media, they play a very important role because these Muslim Nazis, depending on which channel they're from, they support one faction over another. So, one channel will support, like, Alibaf. One channel supports Vahidi. Remember, Vahidi is General Skidmark, right? So what channel supports Vahidi, and one channel supports Jalili, right? He's like, you can see, like, he's another skid mark as well, right? So there you go. So all the channels support like different Durkas, but they're all evil, they're all garbage, right? And so the channel that supports the IRGC, they were basically, like, not they were they literally shared that video that they made, encouraging their Muslim sleeper cells in the United States to murder Melania Trump, the First Lady of the United States. They shared that video on X. Well, look what has happened now. So, Tasnim News Agency has finally been suspended by X. The only question I have is, why isn't every single account that supports the Islamic regime banned on X? And the reason that I ask this is because X is actually banned inside of occupied Iran, right? So regular, normal Iranians, they're not allowed to use social media, okay? Regular, normal Iranians, when they want to post on social media, including X, they have to use a fake name, a fake image. They also have to use a VPN, because the very act of posting on X without approval by the Islamic regime is a crime punishable by death. Iranians have literally been hanged from cranes for the crime of speaking out on social media, including X. And yet, the Muslim Nazis, every single one of them, has an X account. They have social media accounts. So the Muslim Nazis are able to communicate their Islamic jihadi propaganda and activate their Muslim sleeper cells in the United States and around the world on X, on social media. But Iranian freedom fighters are not allowed to do so. And if they do so, and if they're caught, they could be executed. Anyways, so finally, we have some good news. So Tasnim News Agency has been suspended permanently, I hope. I only hope that this trend continues, because it's important for these Muslim Nazis to be banned, right? Like, guys, I'm all about freedom of speech, right? Like, I'm a big proponent of freedom of speech, but there's a difference between freedom of speech versus, jihad. And a lot of these, like, libertarians who are like, oh yeah, freedom of speech is for everyone. No. Not when it comes to jihad. When it comes to jihad, you nip it in the bud. You nip it in the bud, because the jihadis, the Islamists, the communists, they will take advantage of the freedoms and the civil liberties and the political liberties that are provided in a Western democratic system to push the limits and push the boundaries and eventually destabilize and take over. Okay? So freedom of speech is great, but I draw the line at jihad, right? Like, to me, jihad is not freedom of speech. Jihad is terrorism. So, anyways, there you go. So I just wanted to start off with this. So for everyone who was wondering, why did I share that video of the Islamic regime threatening to murder and encouraging their Muslim sleeper cells in the United States to murder FLOTUS? This is why. Because unless and until we expose how insane they are, there will never be any consequences, right? So there you go. I just wanted to point this out. Now, having said that, let's get to the breaking news. CENTCOM posted about an hour and a half ago. U.S. forces began launching strikes against Iran, they mean the Islamic regime, at 8 p.m. Eastern today. The strikes are a powerful response to yesterday's attempted Iranian attacks on U.S. forces based in the Middle East. So, the boom booms have resumed. And what's really interesting about this is that they pretty much started up as soon as Prime Minister Netanyahu ended his meeting with President Trump and went back to Israel. And those of you who were tuning in to my live stream last night, I explained to all of you and I said the last time that Benjamin Netanyahu visited President Trump, within 2 weeks, Khamenei, Khaber Margesh, was dead. And, at least 30 of his top commanders and confidants were all dead. Okay? And what I said to you guys last night is that given the patterns that I'm seeing, I think that within the next 2 weeks, the boom booms will resume. And I said when Netanyahu goes back home, we're going to see the boom booms resume. I don't know when, but it's going to happen probably within the next 2 weeks because that's been the pattern. And the only thing that I was wrong about with my analysis last night was how soon it was going to happen, right? Because again, you can never predict the timing, right? When it comes to military operations, unless you're in the know, no one can predict the timing. And I've said this numerous times, but I was correct. I was right in saying that President Trump is meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu because they're coming up with the final plan and the final strategy. And now, as you can see, the boom booms have resumed. And the boom booms are going very, very hard. So let me pull up the latest breaking news. I know that you guys want footage. I don't know if we actually have any footage yet because with the way things are going in occupied Iran right now, I was watching a live stream earlier and Iranians were saying that the internet connection inside of occupied Iran has slowed down severely. And as you guys know, whenever things start becoming pretty intense, one of the things the Islamic regime does is they will severely limit the internet speed, or as we know, they might cut it off completely in order to prevent Iranians inside of occupied Iran from sharing videos and footage with the outside world, right? So think of it as like damage control. So the Islamic regime will literally cut off 90 million Iranians from the rest of the world as part of their damage control. So we don't have much footage, right? Like I don't see any footage yet from reliable sources. Now, there's so many grifters out there. There's so many people who, pretend like they're Iran experts or whatever. And, they'll post videos, but the videos are either old or, they're from like other conflicts or whatever. But to my knowledge, I have not seen much yet. There's only been a little bit of like maybe some photos. I'll see what photos I can find for you. But let me just start because Shin is working like overtime right now. So if we go to Shin really briefly, I will give you the latest breaking updates. So Shin 2 hours ago posted 3 blasts in Nurabad, Fars province. Now, where is Nurabad? Let me pull this up for you on the map so that you can see exactly where Nurabad is. Here we go. Wait. Okay, that's Fars, but I want Nurabad. Where's Nurabad? Okay. Here we go. So this is Nurabad, guys. Okay, so if you think of Iran as the kitty cat, right? So Nurabad, so this is Iran. Nurabad is like somewhere close to like the underbelly. Okay, so Nurabad would be close to, I mean, it's not that close, but I mean like Bushehr maybe, right? So here you go. That's Nurabad. So this is the first place that we heard about the reported strikes by the United States against the Islamic regime. And a few of the Iran geopolitical experts, they are currently looking into Nurabad to see what potential, like what IRGC bases are in Nurabad so that they can determine what potentially has been boom boomed by the United States. But there you go. So that is that's Nurabad. Intense jet activity over Iraq. And then here you go. Ballistic missile launch from Bidgane, Tehran province. So the Islamic regime, about an hour ago, they launched missiles from Tehran. And if we go back to our map, okay, Tehran, of course, is the capital city. Tehran is a capital city of Iran, and it's here. So we're going to have to wait and see where these ballistic missiles are headed to. So I'm just keeping an eye on the news. But now, and of course, around the same time, explosions in Quiche Island. So going back to our map, Quiche Island, let me pull this up for you. Quiche is down here, okay? This is Quiche Island over here. So when you look at our, kitty cat, Iran, Quiche is right there, okay? So it's in the Persian Gulf, and Quiche Island is right before the Strait of Hormuz. So explosions have been heard on Quiche Island. All this is happening in literally the last hour. Then there was 4 blasts in Bushehr. Now, where is Bushehr? Bushehr is up here. Okay. Oh, wait. Here you go. Bushehr is up here. Now, remember, guys, Bushehr is part of the core. It's one of the like 6 or 7 cities on the southern border of occupied Iran that is host to numerous IRGC bases, right? So going to this map here, let me just get rid of the comments for a moment. There's Bushehr, right? This is Bushehr here. So, right? Bushehr. So one of the reasons that Bushehr is being hit very hard is because they're, the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, that is one of their main bases for engaging in terrorism in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, right? So they have headquarters in Bushehr. So guys, Bandar Abbas is the main one right now. But all of these cities, okay, all of these cities, including Bushehr, are key when it comes to the Islamic regime's strategy of engaging in terrorism and terrorism and piracy and war crimes in the Persian Gulf. So that's why the United States is hitting Bushehr. Now, after that, 3 blasts in Qishm Island. So going back to our map, okay, Qishm Island is here. So if we zoom in, right, this right here, come on. This island here, this is Qishm Island. It's very close to Bandar Abbas. Keep in mind, Bandar Abbas is the main HQ, right? So Qishm Island, there's a lot of IRGC bases there as well. So it seems as if the United States is now resuming its military operation of completely degrading the military capability of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in the southern part of occupied Iran, because these are the main cities where the Islamic regime operates out of when it comes to their terrorism in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. Okay. Then there's jet activity over Basra, Iraq. Well, that's because the Saudis are continuing to boom the Islamic regime proxies in Iraq. Good for them. Blasts were heard in Bandar Abbas. Okay, so guys, right? So going back to our map. So the United States, they're not messing around right now. They're not joking around, because now we have confirmed blasts in Bushehr. Okay, this is Bushehr. We have confirmed blasts in Qishm, which is right there. And we have confirmed blasts in, oh gosh, what's the other place? Nurabad. Nurabad is like over here, okay? So Nurabad is up here. So as of an hour ago, at least 3 confirmed locations: Bushehr, Qishm, which is close to Bandar Abbas, and then Nurabad is up here. Okay, now let's continue. Another blast heard in Qishm Island. Then we have, of course, the update from CENTCOM, which I read to you guys right when my live stream started. And then Deputy Governor of Khuzestan, U.S. missile strike on points around Abadan, assessment ongoing. So I've also heard from my Iranian sources that there have been boom booms in Abadan. So Abadan is a border city that is very, it's basically on the border of Iraq. A lot of the Iraqi terrorists, right, like the Hashd Shabi and Kataib Hezbollah, that are basically funded by the Islamic regime, many of them come through this border crossing here. Not just this one, by the way. So there's 2 border crossings that the Iraqi terrorists use to come to occupied Iran to murder Iranians. One is this one here, but the other one is Shalamche. Now, you guys have not really heard too much about Shalamche in the mainstream media, but try to remember this name if you can. Shalamche, where is it? Where'd it go? Where's my map go? So this one here. Okay. Shalamche. Where is it? This one here. Why can't I not make the name bigger? Okay, you know what? Let me just do this instead. Let me just write it for you guys so that you guys, guys, learn this name. Remember this name. Okay. Shalamche. Shalamche is one of the main crossings, border crossings between Iraq and occupied Iran. And many of the Iraqi proxy militias that murder Iranians come through the border crossing of Shalamche. Okay, so go back here. What's going on? What's going on here? My gosh. Where is Shalamche? There we go. All right. So Shalamche is right there. Okay. And this is one of the main border crossings that you guys are going to hear about, maybe in the mainstream media, possibly in like maybe a month, right? Because you guys get the info first on my channel, and then you hear about it later on the mainstream media. So keep Shalamche in mind. That has been boom boomed, okay? Yeah, you can screenshot this, whatever. I know the name is kind of hard, but Shalamche has been boom boomed. Abadan is being boom boomed as well. And if we go back to the updates, so 4 o'clock local time, points near Qishm were hit by U.S. military attacks. So the Islamic regime is now confirming that the U.S. military has attacked IRGC bases on Qishm Island, and Qishm Island is, of course, right across from Bandar Abbas. So that is that update. And then we have, after that, more blasts heard in Qishm Island. 2 more blasts, guys. Like Qishm Island is being boom boomed, right? Like look at all of these. Like okay, so how many islands? Like how many blasts on Qishm Island right now? Let's just count this. So 3. So 3 blasts, and then you have jet activity. Okay, another blast. That's 4 blasts, and then you have, what is this? 2 more blasts. That's 5. That's 6 blasts. 2 more blasts. That's 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay, so at least 9 blasts on Qishm Island. Okay, so going back to our map, so this island here that's right across from Bandar Abbas, at least 9 blasts so far. Now, if we continue, 2 huge blasts in Ahvaz. Ahvaz, of course, as you guys know, is the city that I'm from. I was born in Ahvaz. I'm from Ahvaz. And Ahvaz has been heavily hit. But the one thing that I can tell you about Ahvaz, and guys, this is Ahvaz right here, okay? So if we zoom in, this is Ahvaz. So what I can tell you from my sources and contacts in Ahvaz is that no residential or civilian area has been hit. Only IRGC targets that are sort of like around Ahvaz or bordering Ahvaz have been targeted. So that's really important to keep in mind. So when they say, blasts in Ahvaz or whatever, or, in any city, right? They're not actually, like, they're not referring to, like civilian targets, right? They're referring to military targets. So 2 huge blasts in Ahvaz, 2 more huge blasts. So 47 minutes ago, Shin said, so far 4 blasts in Ahvaz. Power is out in Golistan. Oh, wow. So this is what's interesting. Ooh. Whoa. Oh God. Okay. This is interesting. This is interesting. So there's currently a power outage in the Golistan district of Ahvaz. Let me pull up the Golistan district of Ahvaz for you guys, okay? This is where it gets interesting. So, Golistan is a major residential and academic neighborhood located in the western part of Ahvaz, known for its bustling local markets, popular ice cream shops, and close proximity to major regional educational infrastructure. However, the ministry, this is where it gets interesting. So, the Ministry of Intelligence and Security, that building, that headquarters, is also located in Golistan, which means if the Golistan neighborhood of the city of Ahvaz has no power, the Ministry of Intelligence, basically the Islamic regime's spy headquarters in Ahvaz, currently has no power, which means they cannot engage in their spying or, whatever Durka jihadi terrorism it is that they engage in Ahvaz. Isn't that interesting? Right? So, there you go. We'll have to see what that translates into and what happens with that. However, Shin is now confirming that the Ministry of Intelligence, the Islamic regime's Ministry of Intelligence, currently has no power. Let's see how this plays out. Khuzestan Deputy Governor. Missile strike hits points around Arvand Kenar. It's Arvand Kenar. So Arvand Kenar is a port city that's about 31 miles or 50 kilometers south of Abadan, and it has oil reserves. It is the last port of Iran on the Arvand River. So Arvand Kenar is a port city and district capital in Khuzestan province. So Arvand Kenar is another hub when it comes to the Islamic regime's, exporting oil. Okay, exporting its oil. So the United States has now targeted Arvand Kenar. So let's see how this plays out. Again, this is all breaking news, so I can't give you any more info than that because we're still getting stuff. So this is reportedly from Qishm Island. So the photos that I'm about to share with you reportedly are from Qishm Island, which is just on the, just south of Bandar Abbas on the Strait of Hormuz. So there you can see the explosion, the smoke from the explosion, and there is more smoke, right? That's all smoke from the boom booms on Qishm Island. Blasts in Shadigan are also confirmed. So Shadigan is another small city in Khuzestan. Right? So if I go here, Shodegon, right? That's Shodegon right there. This is Ahvaz, where we've heard boom booms. We've had boom booms in Shodegon and boom booms in Abadan. So numerous IRGC targets in the province of Khuzestan in various cities are being hit, including Ahvaz, Abadan, and now Shodegan, which is right there. Honestly, guys, like, this is what I mean. Like, when I say that the Islamic regime is a cancer, I'm not exaggerating, because it's like they have infested all of Iran. They've literally infested all of Iran with their cancer. And it's like, it's never ending. It's never ending. They've literally, they're like a parasite. They're a parasite, and they've just like embedded themselves in the country. And all I can say is, thank you, United States, for going after these tumors, because they're literally a tumor. And the only way to get rid of a cancerous tumor is to just cut it out and just destroy it, right? Like, just destroy the cancer. So, thank you, United States. God bless United States. Okay. I don't know if this is Lancer out of UK. Guys, so for all the military experts, does this have anything like okay, so this is a US Air Force B-1B Lancer strategic bomber. Okay, so apparently, I mean, this Lancer could be what is booming the Islamic regime right now. Guys, I'm not a military expert. I'm a geopolitical expert, but I'll try to use Google. So anyway, so apparently this is footage of the Lancers flying out of the UK. Godspeed. Godspeed. I mean, if so people are sharing this footage because they think that perhaps it is these US Air Force B-1B Lancer strategic bombers that are currently the ones booming the Islamic regime. And if that's the case, well, God bless America and Godspeed, patriots. Godspeed. Please, like, continue dropping your freedom bombs, and we appreciate the chemotherapy treatment. We really do, because the only way to treat cancer is surgery and chemotherapy. There you go. So, wow. Okay. So this is from 30 minutes ago. Whatever they hit in Ahvaz, it was hit badly. Blasts were extremely strong, like, seriously. Guys, when Shin is making posts like that means it's a big deal. Let me just make a quick let me see if I can reach out to my contacts in Ahvaz. I don't know if the internet connection is good or not, but let me just see what I can find out. Give me one moment, guys. I'll be right back. All right. So another blast in Ahvaz. So the boom booms in Ahvaz are definitely, wow, like another one. And then, okay, so, wow. So this is the first image that we're getting of the boom booms that currently happen, that are literally currently happening in Ahvaz, right? It is 5:52 a.m. Let's see. Guys, so sunrise in Ahvaz is 5:31 a.m. It's currently 5:52 a.m. So this image that I'm sharing with you, that Shin posted, this is like probably from 20 minutes ago, right? So this image is from right around the time of sunrise. So you are seeing fresh, brand new images of boom booms. And apparently, whatever was hit very, very hard. And literally 8 minutes ago. So, guys, 8 minutes ago, he posted two more blasts. Oh, I know this bridge, guys. Oh my gosh. I know this bridge. I've been on this bridge. Okay, so guys, this video is from today, literally, like just at sunrise in Ahvaz. Okay, let's see what's happening. Let's see what he's saying. Wow. Guys, look at this. So like literally, so this is from moments ago. Moments ago. Okay, guys, so we're gonna take a quick break, 5-second break, because I noticed this super chat. So guys, usually I do super chats at the end of my live stream analysis, where after I'm done everything. But I saw this super chat. I just want to get to it right away. I think you guys will understand why. So just indulge me for like 20 seconds. So this is a super chat from Kylie A3329. And she says, "Hey Goldie, so happy to catch you live. Could you please shout out to my wonderful partner, Mick, who has given up the TV remote and shares my passion for learning about geopolitics and the brave Iranian people, all thanks to you." Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Shout out to Mick. Guys, everyone in the chat, if you can, put an M for Mick. And everyone give a shout out to Mick for joining us and learning about Iran and geopolitics and the Middle East. So, Durud, Patriot, Mick, so glad to have you here. Shout out to you. Appreciate that and appreciate everything that you are doing. And thank you so much, Kylie, for the super chat. Okay, but guys, I will get to your questions and comments at the end of the live stream. I just saw that one, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Mick for tuning in and giving up the remote. Oh my gosh, I can't believe like some people are watching me on TV. Like, does my face look weird, like so big on TV? I don't know, man. Anyways, all good, all good. But there you go. So let's watch this again, because so this video is literally from like 20 minutes ago, and people are driving on the bridge, and no one's freaking out. No one's freaking out because everyone knows the United States is boom booming the Islamic regime, not civilians. So, like, guys, these are fresh boom booms. These are fresh boom booms, and everyone's going to be reporting on this tomorrow. But you guys are getting the fresh updates right here. So, and this is for guys. And by the way, I'm from Ahvaz. So, as an Ahvazi, I can pretty much say thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Israel. Thank you for boom booming the Islamic regime. Thank you for engaging in chemotherapy in Ahvaz, right? We want more chemotherapy. We want more freedom seeds. We want more boom booms in Ahvaz. Of course, all across Iran. But, as someone who's from Ahvaz, I can say I certainly appreciate these boom booms in Ahvaz, my hometown, the city that I was born in. So cheers to you all. Am I happy? Guys, I'm ecstatic right now. I am ecstatic right now. I want to see more of this. You know why? You know why I want to see more of this? Because the Islamic regime, this evil cancer, has been murdering Iranians for the last 47 years. Okay? And during the Iran-Iraq war, they actually sent children from Ahvaz on the front lines of the war between Iran and Iraq. And the children were basically, they put a key around their necks and they said, you're going to go on the field and you're going to become like a martyr for Allah or Muhammad or, whatever garbage ideology they have. And, you're going to die, but you're going to be rewarded in heaven with 72 virgins. So they basically sent children out in the fields to detonate the landmines that Saddam Hussein had put in Khuzestan. And they wanted the children to detonate the landmines so that their tanks wouldn't be damaged. So I've actually lost numerous family members in the Iran-Iraq war because, they were children and they were forced to be sent out into the battlefield. They were forced to be sent out into the battlefield and to basically become martyrs for Allah and jihad and whatever. So am I happy? Am I happy that the United States right now is exterminating the Muslim Nazis that are occupying my city of Ahvaz? Yes, 100% I'm happy. Do I like war? Absolutely not. No rational, logical, normal human being likes war. But after what the Islamic regime did to us Iranians back on January 8 and 9, right? After they murdered over 54,000 innocent unarmed Iranians on January 8 and 9, we realized that there's no peaceful way. There is literally no peaceful way of overthrowing the Islamic regime because they are literally demons from hell. Okay, they're demons from hell. And if they're literally demons from hell who are willing to unleash machine guns on innocent unarmed people, men, women, and children, right? And they're hanging and executing Iranians every day. So these boom booms, right? When I see these boom booms, what I see is freedom. What I see is the Islamic regime weakening. What I see is the death and the sending back to hell of the demons that have been murdering Iranians, including my family members, for the last 47 years. So Godspeed, Godspeed, God bless the United States. Because after 47 years of hell, we have learned that this is the only way you can deal with them. They're a cancer, and you have to eradicate the cancer. And if you leave even one cancer cell alive, it comes back stronger. Very well. And as you can see, right, like the bridge, right, like, guys, keep in mind, The person who's filming this, they're literally driving over a bridge in Ahvaz, right? The bridge is totally fine. No issues with the bridge, right? It's the IRGC that's being targeted. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind right here. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, new post by CENTCOM. So at 10, let me get rid of the comments here. At 10 p.m. Eastern on July 29, U.S. Central Command forces successfully completed a heavy wave of strikes against Iran in response to yesterday's attempted missile attacks on U.S. forces. CENTCOM assets struck dozens of Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC) targets in Iran, including military command centers, missile and drone facilities, coastal surveillance and defense sites, and maritime capabilities. The strikes aimed to further diminish threats posed by Iran and its proxies to American forces, commercial shipping, and neighboring Gulf countries. On July 28, IRGC forces launched multiple ballistic missiles from Iran in an attempted surprise attack on U.S. forces based in the Middle East. All Iranian missiles were successfully intercepted. More than 50,000 U.S. service members are currently deployed to the Middle East and remain highly vigilant, focused, lethal, and ready. Okay, guys, we have some footage from CENTCOM. As you guys know, CENTCOM does not have any audio. So, because I know that you guys enjoy the audio, let me play for you the audio and the music while we watch the most recent boom booms from CENTCOM. Wow. I have to stop. I have to stop because I could literally watch this video on repeat. Oh, guys, okay. someone needs, okay, Americans, you guys need to make like a petition, like asking CENTCOM whenever they put out one of these videos, they literally need to like have Epic Fury in the background, right? Like the every guys, literally every single video that CENTCOM puts out of them boom booming the Islamic regime, like the music fits. I mean, come on, the music, it's so. Oh, someone's like, why didn't you let the solo play? Guys, I can continue. Do you want me to just? Okay, you know what? Okay, okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, guys, you know what? Okay, guys, I apologize. Okay, just for you guys, I will continue playing the video on loop until the solo is done. It's just going to be the video on loop until the song is over. All right, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Why not? Why not? There you go.
When we started this fight, all we needed were guns and a spark. 40 years of darkness, now we're lighting up the dark. Crown Prince Pahlavi's back in town, and we're burning the Islamic regime down. Epic fury, thunder and flash. Watch the walls of the regime crash. The sledgehammer swinging from the sky. Smash the regime and watch it die. Golden cross shining, crusader back to the fight. Except is coming with the hammer of the right. Epic fury, God wills it. Raging change with the steel. This is the art of the deal. USA, Israel, Iranian people, side by side. My heart, my heart. Epic fury. God bless the USA.
All right, there you go, guys. I played the whole song. Listen, you know what? Do not tempt me. Do not tempt me, because I could literally like, one of these days, I'm going to troll all of you guys. I'm going to like pretend like I'm doing a live stream, but instead I'm just going to like gather every single CENTCOM video of CENTCOM and IDF videos, because there's a lot of IDF videos as well. I'm basically going to make a compilation of every single like IDF and CENTCOM video booming the Islamic regime, and it's just going to be like a 10-hour live stream of that song on replay, and all of these videos just on replay. So like, don't mine or die. Don't threaten us with a good time. All right, you know what? Maybe I'll do it. Who knows, right? Guys, it'll be, yeah, there you go. Who said it? Yeah, visitor. It'll be a CENTCOM roll. Yeah, so instead of Rick rolling you guys, I'll CENTCOM roll you guys, right? So there you go. it'll be like a 10-hour live stream, nothing but just like replays of CENTCOM and IDF just sending Islamic regime Muslim Nazi terrorists back to hell where they belong. So who knows? I might do that one day. But there you go. So that's the video from CENTCOM that they posted 24 minutes ago. Love it. So I should say, there you go. All right. Now, okay, so a close friend just asked me, why don't militaries use parachutes for intercepting ballistic missiles? What? That's a weird, wow, his friend needs an education. All right, but so that is pretty much it. So basically what we know of the most recent boom booms is that they started, okay, so if we go to CENTCOM, the boom booms started at 8 p.m., okay, and they were done by 10 p.m. So it was basically 2 hours. 2 hours, and CENTCOM hit the Islamic regime very, very hard. So we're going to have to wait until tomorrow to see how badly the Islamic regime was struck. But I mean, I can try to do like a quick translation. Like, let me just do a quick search and see if I can find anything else. The only sort of hesitation that I have with searching for things on X is that a lot of times you have the grifters. Grifters will try to like take advantage of older footage. But okay, so this, and then what's really interesting? So I literally just shared this video from Shin, right? So this is actually one of the things that really, really pisses off Shin, is when people take the videos that he posts, right? So Shin, God bless him, Shin will always post like videos that have no watermarks on them, right? So this, we know, like, this is a new video. This is from this morning, a few hours ago. Shin posted this, but now you can see there are grifters on X who are now taking that video and they're posting like their own watermark on it. So like this person is Naya for Iraq. So like some Iraqi person is now taking this video footage that Shin posted, and they're putting like their own watermark on it, right? Which, kind of shitty, but anyways, what can you do? But yeah, so this is definitely Iran. This is definitely Iran, because these are like, I know these license plates. These are Iranian license plates. Yeah. So this could very well be an image of the boom booms from today in Ahvaz. Take it with a grain of salt, because this is just coming from X accounts, right? Yeah, this person as well, this person just takes like everyone else's photos and posts them online. This image I literally shared with you. Like, guys, Shin, wow, like Shin shared this video, this photo, right? See this one here? So Shin already posted the original, and then this guy takes Shin's image, his photo, and he just crops the bottom part. See, like the black part that's cropped, and then he puts his own like name on it as like a watermark, right? Okay, wait, guys, I'm getting an update. I'm just gonna mute my mic for a moment. Let me just listen to this update, and let me just see if I have any news for you guys. So yes, I do have confirmation. So yeah, so this Ali BK person is like a content thief, right? Basically just a grifter. This is the original image. But yes, so I have confirmation that the IRGC bases in Avos have been hit incredibly hard. And it was a very, very intense attack. And the attacks in Avos were so intense that all of the houses were shaking. So the reports that I'm getting, um, are that the boom booms were so strong that for the civilians, it felt like an earthquake, and it was very, very scary, and it was stressful, but at the same time, um, they're not angry at the United States. They're angry at the Islamic regime for not surrendering, right? So whatever was targeted in Ahvaz in these last 2 hours, it was something massive. We still don't know what. Um, we still don't know what it was, but whatever it was massive, and it's really like scared people there. But again, the frustration and the anger that they have is not with the United States. It's with the Islamic regime, because the Islamic regime is not surrendering, right? Like they're like a cancer. They're there, and they refuse to leave, right? It's like I don't know, like a tick maybe, or like a parasite, or whatever the case might be. So um yeah, the United States is hitting them very, very hard. And so yeah, the boom booms in Ahvaz are particularly intense, and now I have firsthand confirmation of the intensity of the boom booms in Ahvaz. So there you go. Let me see what else I can find for you guys, either about Ahvaz or the boom booms. Okay, so here's another one. So apparently, allegedly, like we have to wait for like more info, but I mean, I don't know. These videos seem old. You know what? I don't even know if I should share this, because okay, so here we go. Video of US Army Wow! They're calling it Al Ahwaz. It's not Al Ahwaz, it's Ahvaz. Look. Sorry guys. Look. It's not Al Ahwaz, it's Ahvaz. Like don't add the Al in front of Ahvaz. The city that I was born in was built like 1,000 years before Islam was invented. Don't Arabize my city. Ugh, so annoying. Anyways.
نتابع هذه الصور لفيديو يبين أثر الضرب.
Yeah, they're totally speaking Arabic. All I understood was the video.
نتابع هذه الصور لفيديو
Video.
يبين أثر الضربات التي شنها الجيش الأمريكي في منطقة الأهواز.
It's Ahvaz.
إذن الأهواز كانت واحدة من المناطق التي تم استهدافها، ونحن نتحدث معك نشاهد هذا الفيديو الجديد الذي يضاف إلى عدد من الفيديوهات التي عرضناها خلال الساعات الماضية.
Anyways. See, look at this guy. So this like weird Durka, he's like occupied Arab al-Ahwaz, right? So guys, the Durkas, right? The Durkas are claiming that Ahvaz is an Arab city and it's occupied by the Iranians. Like to said it. What a timsato bokhor that honestly, like the camel piss drinkers, right? Like these Durkas, they literally like drink camel piss, and they're claiming that Ahvaz belongs to them. Meanwhile, Ahvaz was built by the Persians like 2,000 years ago, right? It guys, the city that I was born in has existed longer than Islam was invented. The city that I was born in, Ahvaz, existed for 1,000 years before the invention of Islam. Right? So like the audacity of like these Durkas to claim that Iranians are occupying Ahvaz. Meanwhile, they're literally the Arab Muslim colonizers and occupiers, right? So there you go. There you go. By the way, this is like an old video, right? So like this is definitely an older video. This is not from today. But yeah. Let's see. Vahid Online has received dozens of messages from Ahvaz citizens reporting the sound. Yeah, so this is true. This information is based on public reports and cannot be independently verified. So guys, I just independently verified this for you because I reached out to my sources in Ahvaz and they confirmed to me personally and directly that the boom booms heard in Ahvaz in the last 2 hours have been the most intense they have ever heard. So I'm independently verifying it, right? There you go. So you heard it here first, even though I'm not supposed to be breaking news, but once in a while, when it is relevant, I will, of course, share the news with you guys because, of course, it's very important to do so. Okay. Okay, so now apparently we're getting more. So now we're starting to get more breaking footage of the boom booms. So these are boom booms from Qishm Island. If we go back to our map of the border cities, the southern border cities, Bandar Abbas, that's this one here. That's the main HQ, right? So there's a number of IRGC military bases there. Qishm Island is here. Qishm Island is right, very, very close to Bandar Abbas. A lot of IRGC bases here too. Of course, in the last 2 hours, we got confirmation from Shin of a number of explosions in Qishm Island. Now we are starting to slowly get footage. So this was just posted moments ago. There you go. To me, this seems pretty reliable because when you look at the lighting and you look at the sky, this is early morning, right? So the boom booms happened from 8 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern, right? So So 10 p.m. Eastern is 5:30 a.m. time in Iran. which is right around sunrise, right? So the boom booms started happening at 3:30 a.m. Iran time and ended at 5:30 a.m. Iran time. So this footage and the lighting in the sky, that makes sense because this is, early morning right before the sun rises. So there's that one. Let's see if we can find anything else. Okay, there you go. So wow. So remember earlier I told you that in Ahvaz, the Golistan neighborhood, there was a power outage, and the IRGC, Ministry of Intelligence HQ, is in the Golistan neighborhood. So now we're starting to get some more news. Apparently, the intelligence HQ, right? The IRGC intelligence HQ was targeted in the strike. So I hope it's true. I really hope it's true. I hope it's true. Please, God, please let this be true because this would be amazing news. And you know what? Shannon, your comment is really good. I really like this comment. So Shannon says, wonder if the intelligence guys saw it coming. LOL. Great comment. I can tell you with 100% certainty, the intelligence guys didn't see it coming. You know why? Because the Ministry of Intelligence, their role is not to monitor the United States or Israel. The Ministry of Intelligence, their role is to monitor the Iranian people in order to make sure that the Iranian people don't rise up and overthrow the Islamic regime. So there you go. Like the purpose of the Ministry of Intelligence isn't to protect the country from foreign threats. The purpose of the Islamic regime Ministry of Intelligence is to protect the Islamic regime from the Iranian people. Remember, think of like George Orwell's Big Brother. You know that dystopian society where Big Brother is watching you and monitoring you, and if you say or do anything against Big Brother, they will come after you. Yeah, that's pretty much the Islamic regime, right? So anyone who's living inside of occupied Iran, it's like a modern day Orwellian dystopia. And the Islamic regime is like Big Brother on crack. So yeah, the Ministry of Intelligence would not have seen it coming because their purpose isn't to monitor the United States. It's to monitor the Iranian people to basically prevent them from rising up and overthrowing the Islamic regime. Yeah. So there you go. I know it's insane. It's absolutely insane, right? So okay, so apparently here's more footage. So Nyack seems to be getting some good footage. So here you go. So this is more footage of the boom booms in Ahvaz. Okay, that was bright, guys. Look at that. Where's it? Where's it? Okay. Look at that. Okay, so look how dark the sky is here. Look at that. Wow. Like I can only imagine what the Muslim Nazis are hiding underground so close to the city, right? Because whatever they hit, whatever the Americans hit, it takes a moment and then those things boom boom as well, right? And guys, like this is a war crime, not from the United States. The Islamic regime is engaging in war crimes because they are placing their military bases and their underground missile facilities so close to residential areas, right? The Islamic regime has been engaging in war crimes for the last 47 years. They're literally trying to use the Iranian people as human shields. That is a war crime, right? But this is what they've been doing for the last 47 years because they don't actually care about Iranians. They don't care about it. Guys, these are the same Muslim Nazis that literally murder us, right? So of course, they're not going to care about the fact that they're building like weapons depot and whatever garbage jihad terrorism Allah thing they do, right? They don't care that they're doing this right beside civilian areas. In fact, they do it on purpose. They do it on purpose because they want to use Iranians as human shields, right? I can only imagine like how challenging it must be for America to go after all of these military targets while ensuring the safety of the civilians as much as possible, right? So, I mean, thank you, America. Thank you, President Trump. Same thing with Israel. Thank you, Prime Minister Netanyahu. Thank you, Israel and the IDF, because it is very challenging. It is very challenging to go after the Muslim terrorists when they've embedded themselves within the population. And, thank God that America and Israel have like the best military technology in the world because that military technology is literally what's saving lives, right? Like the strikes are so precise, right? Very, very precise. And so, yeah, we're very grateful, right? Wow. Let's see what else we can find. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is heartbreaking. I was going to speak about him, but so what guys, remember 2 nights ago on my evening live stream, I shared breaking footage of the Islamic regime murdering 2 Iranian men. This Iranian man here, he was accused of beating up and burning alive a police officer. Okay, this one here. What do you notice about his hand? The guy's literally physically disabled. Okay, he's physically disabled. His left hand, he literally cannot use his left hand. And yet the Islamic regime wants you to think that this physically disabled man, by the way, not only is his left arm crippled, apparently he was also blind. His left eye was blind, okay? So he could only see out of his right eye, okay? So the Islamic regime accused a crippled man with a blind eye of somehow overpowering the Muslim Nazi occupiers who, remember, the Muslim Nazis, they have full military riot gear. They have batons, they have helmets, they walk around with machine guns, right? They shoot into people, right? They hanged him because supposedly this physically disabled young man somehow overpowered a police officer and burned him alive. By the way, guys, this is right before he was hanged. This blue outfit that he's wearing, this is what they hanged him in. And you can see his hand, like he's literally handicapped. He's handicapped. And look, guys, look at this. Do you see this? So you see his guys, so his executioners, the ones who put the noose around his neck and hanged him, they're wearing face masks because they don't want to be identified. You know why? Because they know that the end is coming. And so these cowards are wearing face masks because they think that this will protect their identities. But what I can assure you guys is that we know exactly who these are. We know every single one of them. And we will get justice because these executioners, these are demons. They belong in hell. And they're covering their faces because they know the end is near. Okay? So there you go. Literally, the Muslim Nazis, right? The Muslim Nazis, all of them. Like this one's covering his face, that one's covering his face. Guys, what does this remind you of? Right? This is like Antifa tactics, right? So you know, like all the Antifa, communist, BLM, you know, the jihadi leftist movements in the United States, you know how they all cover their faces so that they can't be identified? Where do you think they learned that from? Who do you think gave them the MO? Right? This is where they learned the behavior from. Heartbreaking, right? So, you know, videos like this, where the Islamic regime is literally murdering a physically disabled, handicapped young man. Do you guys now understand why we Iranians are grateful that the United States and Israel are bombing the Islamic regime to hell? Do you understand why we are thankful? Do you understand why we say that you cannot negotiate with the Islamic regime? Because the Islamic regime literally hangs. They hang physically disabled young men on false crimes just because they want to try and scare the Iranian people from rising up. So anyone who says, oh no, we should engage in diplomacy. Really? You want to engage in diplomacy with a Muslim dictatorship that hangs crippled people for the crime of murdering police officers? Really? That's who you want to negotiate with. That's who you want to protect. Right? And remember, these garbage countries like Pakistan and Turkey and whatever, right? They all support Qatar. They all support the Islamic regime. The Democrats, guys, the Democrats support this. The Democrats support the Islamic regime, okay? Which means the Democrats support and endorse hanging crippled people, okay? Think about that. Every single time a Democrat attacks President Trump for going after the Islamic regime, that means that Democrat is endorsing hanging crippled Iranian people, right? That's basically it. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to explain that, right? Shame on anyone. Shame on anyone who supports the Islamic regime. Shame on anyone who calls for a diplomatic solution. Because there is no diplomacy with a Muslim Nazi dictatorship that murders crippled people. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. This is why we are grateful for President Trump. This is why we want President Trump to finish the job. Okay. Anyways, here is one last footage from Ahvaz. This is more breaking news of the boom booms in Ahvaz. Right? Wow, guys. So, the person filming this video, he whistled. That whistle was basically like a, you know, good job America, like go America, right? So that whistle was basically him cheering on the United States for boom booming the Islamic regime. Wow. Good for him. That is one big boom boom. And this makes me happy. This makes me happy because when I see this, when I see these boom booms, that means that's one less innocent Iranian murdered by the Islamic regime, right? One less crippled Iranian young man. Like he was like in his early 20s. He wasn't even like he was so young. He hadn't even started his life yet. And he was hanged by the Islamic regime. Because the Islamic regime, the Muslim Nazis, they can't stand up to the United States. They can't stand up to Israel. The only people they can stand up to are the Iranian people. And the only people who can't fight back are the innocent, unarmed Iranians, like this crippled man murdered by the Islamic regime. So, yes, when I see these explosions, it makes me happy. And I want to see more. I want to see the Islamic regime eradicated, sent back to hell where they belong. Where they belong. Okay, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me just really, very quickly go to your questions and comments, and then I'm going to call it a night because I am a little bit jet lagged, but I will be back again tomorrow on a more regular schedule now that I'm back home. Goldie, did you hear that the regime live streamed the execution of 3 protesters today? I've heard about it. I will speak about that more tomorrow on Iran Revolution Live. Sorry guys, as you can tell, the execution stuff, it gets to all of us. It gets to all of us. It's hard. It's hard, but we will soldier on. So I will speak more about this tomorrow on Iran Revolution Live. So guys, keep in mind, I do 2 live streams every day. Iran Revolution Live is focused on the Iranian people and their fight to overthrow the Islamic regime. The Goldie Show is, more of the geopolitical analysis where I focus on everything that's going on. Of course, tonight, given the boom booms, my focus was on the boom booms, but usually we focus on President Trump's statements and, Israel statements and, what the IRGC is saying. So, but yeah, I will speak more about this tomorrow on day 202 of Iran Revolution Live. Push Up says, sorry, but this is Mickey Mouse poop. Hit them hard. Yeah, I agree. Like, hit them hard and get rid of them. I'm with you on that, Push Ups. Cassandra says, gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Cassandra. Shannon the Wanderer says, hello, everyone. Happy chemotherapy day. Yes. Happy chemotherapy day. Let's keep the chemotherapy going. Then we have Alex Wolf says, no deals. The Iranian people need to be free. AGM Hellfire need to start taking domes. The IRGC must be completely taken out. We can rebuild supply fast enough. I agree. I mean, look at Germany. Germany was boom boomed, and now they're one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world. Same thing can happen with Iran. Mike Kanuga says, I don't remember CENTCOM saying IRGC over Iran. They've said it before in the past. They kind of go back and forth a bit, but yeah, like I do appreciate when CENTCOM calls it what it is, which is the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Ohana speaks, B-1B Lancer, our supersonic heavy bomber carrying 75,000 pounds of freedom. It can it can strike from 500 plus miles away. IRGC Nazis will never see it coming. God bless the Iranian people, USA, and Israel. Thank you so much. God bless you all. God bless us all. Push-ups. Until entire bingo sheet is cleared. This is bullcrap. Guys, the bingo sheet, the boom boom bingo sheet will be cleared sooner rather than later. I have a feeling about that, but let's see what happens. CF Bodman, I enjoy watching the IRGC get lit up. So do I. Whenever I need like a pick-me-up, I will literally go and watch CENTCOM videos of them, boom booming the Islamic regime, and it just makes me feel better. And then, sometimes I'll go and I'll watch like video footage of like the Durkas crying over, their dead Muslim pedophile dictator. That also makes me feel much better, right? Like it's just amazing therapy. Very, very good therapy. Dominic became a new member. Welcome, Dominic. Welcome to Goldie's Gang. And Shannon says, actual footage of the IRGC gaining enlightenment. Yeah, absolutely. Very, very true. The Mar-a-Lago man says, hi, Mel Cat Woman. Wow. Okay. I've never gotten a super chat where someone is sending a message to someone else on my live stream, but you go. So Mel Cat Woman, the Mar-a-Lago man, is sending a super chat saying hi to you. There you go. And then Buddy Sanders says, you better escape Canada before Carney has you arrested. Honestly, like at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I was already kicked out of my party by, FFDF. I'm not gonna say it out loud because if I say it out loud, it's gonna like open up a whole can of worms that I don't want to get into tonight. But I was already kicked out of my party by FFDF. For speaking out against the Muslim Nazis occupying Iran, because the Durkas in Canada, they were uncomfortable with the fact that I was raising awareness about the truth and the hell that we Iranians are going through. So, I don't know. pretty soon I might have to claim asylum in the United States. Like, I mean, at this point, if I had to pick a country, as much as I love Canada, and I'm a proud Canadian, I'm not very proud of the government these days, and the government is, like like the part where Mark Carney is like Muslim values are Canadian values. I'm like, what? Like, you guys don't understand. Like, I was like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on, right? Oh my gosh. It was like the wildest thing. Like, whenever I think about it, I'm just like, oh, I need to leave. I need to leave, guys. Right? Look at this. Look at this. Wait, where is it? Where's that garbage video from that? Right here, right here. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is wild. Guys, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. This is literally this is our prime minister. Look at this. Look at this.
Different places of worship, but all of us come together. All of us must come together around the values of Eid. The values
The values of Eid. Right.
of community,
Yeah.
of generosity, and yes, of sacrifice.
Yeah.
These are Muslim values. These are Canadian values.
Guys, just based off of that, like nope, like what? Like that statement right there, yeah. Canadians voted for this, right? So, to all of those idiotic Canadians who were like, oh, elbows up, we have to fight back against President Trump, right? Like, elbows up, right? Like, you idiots, you idiot Canadians, for elbows up for Muslim values, elbows up because of your Trump derangement syndrome. Shame on you guys, right? Like, this right here, this statement right here, like, based on this, I should probably like seek asylum in the United States, because if Canada is turning into Muslim values, right? Like, no, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, guys, like, I need to nope out of here right now, right? Listen to this again. Like, it's insane. By the way, guys, the Muslim Association of Canada, that organization is actually affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood, right? So, you know how the Muslim Brotherhood is now, CAIR, right? CAIR, CAIR. CAIR is, listed as like a terrorist entity, and the Muslim Brotherhood is like a sanctioned organization in the United States, because the Muslim Brotherhood is a terrorist organization. So, the Muslim Association of Canada is affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood, right? So Mark Carney is literally going to an event organized by the Muslims, like the Muslim terrorists, right? And he's like, these are Muslim values, these are Canadian values, right? Like, what is this? Like what in the Allahu Akbar jihad is going on in Canada right now? I don't know.
Places of worship, but all of us come together. All of us must come together.
No, we do not. We don't. We Iranians, we literally escaped the Islamic regime because we do not want to come together around the values of Islam. We Iranians escaped. We escaped the Islamic regime. We came to Western Christian countries to escape Islamic values and Islamic traditions, right? We basically said, no, we don't want this. We came here, and now the Durkas have literally followed us. They've infiltrated us. They've infiltrated your countries. And when we speak out, they accuse us of Islamophobia, right? It's insane.
Different places of worship, but all of us come together, all of us must come together around the values of Eid. The values of community, of generosity, and yes, of sacrifice. These are Muslim values. These are Canadian values.
If that's a Canadian, if Muslim values are Canadian values, I just want to like tear up my Canadian passport and just seek asylum in the United States, right? Like, God help us all. God help Canada. God help Canada right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Jeez. I don't know. I might have to pull a 2C and escape to the United States at some point if things get worse, right? Oh, what's the name of the disabled man? Yeah, absolutely. Let me pull up his name. I think it's Abu Faz. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys. Let me just pull it up here. I have his name. Sorry guys. I'm terrible with names. I'm good with faces, but I'm terrible with names. Let me just pull it up. Terrible. No, I don't think it was Sipahi. It was Amir Hossein. It was this guy, right? It was him. Amir Hossein Safari. Okay? This is him. He was the disabled man. So his name was Amir Hossein Safari. And his final request from his mother before his execution was, the video they took from me was a forced confession. Tell everyone that I haven't killed anyone, right? So the Islamic regime, right? This is him. His name is Amir Hossein. And the Islamic regime, oh yeah, guys, forced confessions, that's been going on for 47 years. The Islamic regime will torture you. They will torture you until they force a false confession out of you, just so that, you know, the pain will stop. And then once they get a forced confession out of you, then they hang you, right? So think of like the, you know, the medieval witch hunts, right? Where the, you know, during the medieval ages, right? Or like we're talking like 1,000 years ago, 1,000 years ago, you know, they would arrest women and then they would torture them until they confessed to being a witch, just to make the pain stop. And then the women would be, you know, murdered, right? That was happening 1,000 years ago in Europe. That is happening today in modern day Iran. So, yeah, the Islamic regime is a garbage ideology, garbage culture, garbage religion, right? Because they literally torture handicapped people until they confess to crimes they haven't committed, just to make the pain stop, and then they murder them. So his name was Amir Hossein. Amir Hossein Safari. Yeah, you know, they killed a lot of men as well. Yes, I know they killed men as well. I just gave an example. It's an example, but what I'm saying is like the stuff that happened in medieval Europe 1,000 years ago, that's happening today in modern day Iran, right? So, you know, Western society has modernized and has gone through a renaissance, and, you know, Western society now embraces, you know, human rights and values and all that kind of stuff, whereas the Islamic ideology is the same thing that it was 1,400 years ago, right? So, and this is what they do. Minor Dine says, I think everyone is glad you are home. Rest well. Thank you. Honestly, it's great to be home, back in my studio. Still a little bit jet lagged, but I should be much better by tomorrow. Wiley Coyote says, glad to see you back, Goldie. Sounds like you had a good trip. I should visit Israel with Peace. Yeah, so I visited Israel 2 years ago. Beautiful country. I wasn't visiting Israel this time around. I was in Eastern Canada. That was actually a trip that I had planned a year ago. So the trip and the itinerary had basically been booked and planned like a year ago, before everything sort of happened back in December. So there really wasn't any way for me to like cancel my trip. But what I can tell you is that the entire time that I was, supposedly on my trip, not just me, but everyone that I was with, we were all like glued to our phones or computers, and just, monitoring the news and talking about Iran and the revolution. So my heart wasn't really in the trip, but, that's fine. Walter became a new member. Welcome, Walter. Blue Sky. Carney is a fraud. Do you think? Yeah, I agree. He's a fraud. Do you think B-52 bomber strike forces, such as in Vietnam, Rolling Thunder, would be too much and lose Iranian support? There is a delicate balance. So what I would say is that as long as the United States and Israel are continuing to make precision targets against, the Islamic regime, then that's perfectly fine. Of course, no use of, nuclear weapons or chemical weapons or anything like that. Like that would be terrible, terrible idea. I don't think United States and Israel are going to do that anyway. I think we also have to remember that military technology has advanced exponentially, right? So now with the use of drones, for example, United States and Israel are able to engage in much more precise targeted drone attacks, right? So military strategy and tactics have changed a lot since Vietnam. So I don't really think that looking at what was used in Vietnam would be helpful, because urban warfare has changed a lot due to a lot of advancements in military technology, which are specifically designed to minimize harm to civilians and focus specifically on attacking military targets. So, I think that the way that things are currently going is probably the best way. Again, I'm not a military strategist, but what I can say is that, the biggest complaint, from the Iranian people is that they don't want the boom booms to stop. They basically want the United States to continue until the Islamic regime is eradicated, because if the Islamic regime survives, they will continue to, murder innocent Iranians like Amir Hossein and others. And then Sam says, Leila Furuhar supports His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi. Yes, she does. She came out about 8 months ago. Finally came out 8 months ago and openly supported Reza Pahlavi. Yeah, I mean, great. So, like a celebrity singer came out and, said she supports Reza Pahlavi. Perfect, amazing. And then, she basically just went back to making songs. Good for her. Yeah, like I don't focus on celebrities. I really don't care about celebrities. Not my thing. But whatever. Like if a celebrity wants to come out and say they support the Shah, great. Good job. Good for you. Affarin. After 47 years of, making money off of the Iranian people with your concerts and your musics and songs, now you come out and make one song about the Shah. Affarin. Honar kardi. Anyways, guys, thank you everyone for tuning in to tonight's evening edition of The Goldie Show. I will see all of you guys tomorrow for Iran Revolution Live, and then of course my evening edition of the Goldie Show, where we're going to talk more about what's happening in occupied Iran. And yeah, as always, I'm Goldie Ghamari. You've been watching The Goldie Show, and now you know. I'll see all of you guys tomorrow. Oh, wait, okay. Omid. Oh gosh. Okay, who wants to tell Omid? Goldie, Tasneem agency on X has been banned. Omid, I started the live stream with that. Omid. Who wants to tell Omid? Omid, you're about 2 hours too late. But I appreciate that. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. No, Omid, I appreciate that. It's all good. But yeah, I started the live stream with that. But guys, that is big news. That is big news. And no need to apologize. It's important. It is very, very important. So happy to bring it up again. And the reason that Tasneem was banned, from what I've heard, is that because of that video. So Omid, this is going to be interesting for you. So that video that the Islamic regime had made, where they were encouraging their Muslim sleeper cells in the United States to murder Melania Trump, Tasneem was sharing that on their social media accounts. And a lot of people were like, you shouldn't play this maybe, or whatever. And I was like, no, we have to expose this. We have to show the world what's going on. And apparently now Tasneem was banned because they shared that video. So there you go. And as always, I'm Goldie Ghamari. You've been watching The Goldie Show. And now you guys know. I'll see all of you tomorrow.